Hi there friends, welcome back to the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel. I'm Cassie Trask. Today we're going to be using the Lovely Layers Sleigh Bell from Honeybee Stamps. It is a beautiful die, so elegant looking, and I could not wait to play with it. So this is what the die looks like. I also pulled in the Silent Night stamp. It is a red rubber stamp, and it's a beautiful stamp for a background. And then I also brought in the Warm Holiday Wishes stamps and dies from Honeybee Stamps. And they go perfectly with these stamps and dies. So I'm really excited to get this card going, so let's get into it. I did put in some cream cardstock into my mini MISTI. I took all the insides out because this is a red rubber stamp. And so I'm just going to close the door of the MISTI and pick that back up. And then I'm going to ink this up with some Lisa Horton Interference Cloud 9 Charcoal Gold Shimmer. So it's going to stamp black, but when you hold it up to the light and kind of move it around, it shimmers. It's hard to see on camera, but it is beautiful. I'm going to ink this up. My MISTI, my mini MISTI has some issues. Sometimes it doesn't always, when I'm using red rubber, stamp on the edges. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. So I didn't get all the edges stamped, but check out that shimmer. Is that not gorgeous? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I want to kind of weather this up a little bit. So I'm tearing all of the edges off. And this paper was cut down to like 4 inches, or I think 4 inches by 5.5 inches or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I just wanted it to be smaller than the front of an A2 size card, and this will make it even smaller. So it'll be perfect. And so I'm just carefully peeling all of that back. We're going to do more to this, make it look even more weathered. So I'll bring in a couple of different distress inks. We're going to use some old paper, and we'll use a mini ink blending tool just to blend that on the edges. And it's already starting to look a little bit aged, which is super cool. And I'm not going to stop there. We're going to bring in some vintage photo also, and we'll just put that on the edges also. Just blending that in. Now it's really looking old. And we're even going to do a few more things to it. So I'm going to use this ink. I'll put it right on my glass mat, and then I'll spritz some water on that. And then we're going to just splatter that using a very small paintbrush. And it's very subtle, but it does add some little brown specks to the background, making it look even more aged. And then we're also going to tear the edges a little bit. So I'm going to use some scissors. I'm going to snip a triangle out of the side, and then I'll use my reverse tweezers to roll up those sides a little bit, and I'll do it down on this lower half as well. So we did it on the upper left hand and then the lower right, and then we've got this beautiful aged music. It's so pretty. So now we'll do our die cutting. I'm going to bring in my little die cutting machine that I always keep on my desk, and I'm going to die cut out using various different colors of cardstock that I have in my stash, just kind of in my scrap pile. And as you noticed, I did one die up and one die down. The more intricate one is facing up, or at least the paper's on top, and that helps the cutting process, at least for me. Sometimes you just got to figure out how your machines work best. So I've got that out of some craft cardstock, and then the more intricate piece is out of some brown cardstock. And I'm going to bring in some gathered twigs and just kind of add some texture to the edges of our pine cone. Clean up our mess, and then we'll use our reverse tweezers and some liquid glue. That's that Barely Art liquid glue. And we'll just put that on some of those edges. We just want to make sure that the edges stay down. It's fun to see how these pieces really come to life once you start layering up the die cuts. And I can think of some fun things to do just with the pine cone, like, you know, making cards just with the pine cone, and maybe a few of those leaves would be really neat. But there's our pine cone. And to save time, I went ahead and die cut out everything else. And so I've just got it in this little tray. So I've got some leaves. I die cut everything out. The only thing I forgot was the inside of the bell. And I'll figure that out later. And until then, it's like, this just doesn't look finished. But I realize it later on. Because I didn't die cut it out, I didn't see it, and so it was out of sight, out of mind. So we're going to bring in that Interference Charcoal Gold Shimmer once again. And then we're just going to put a little bit of that on the edges. It's going to age our bell a little bit, and it does have a little bit of shimmer. Again, you can't see it real great on camera, but it is beautiful in person. That's how I feel about these shimmer inks. You can't really see it that well on camera, but in person, it's gorgeous. All right, so now we're going to glue down our bell to the back of the bell. And I cut that out of some dark gray cardstock, and then the front is just out of like a mustardy yellow color. And then we have the pieces for our ribbon and the top of our ornament, or the bell itself. So we'll just piece everything together, just kind of laying things on top. I used different reds for the ribbon than I did for the berries. And I used a couple different greens for my holly leaves and then our little branches. But everything comes together so nicely. I really love these detailed dies. And everything's pretty simple to figure out as well, which I love because sometimes I don't always figure it out right away. Thank goodness for examples, right? All right, so now we'll start layering up our bell. We're going to piece everything together, put little dots of glue here and there. And we'll put our bow over the top to cover that. And then I'm actually going to use my glass mat here in a second to piece everything else together. But before we do that, I'm going to layer up. I have some burgundy cardstock that I cut to just slightly smaller than an A2 size. And then I have some black cardstock. That's going to be our base, or our panel, not our base. And then I'm going to glue down our sheet of music, just kind of a little bit wonky. Looks so cool on there. And with that burgundy background and the black, it really pops. So here I realize the rest of the bell is missing. So I'm going to glue that down, and boy, does that change things. Now it looks really good. So as I was saying, we're going to use our glass mat to piece everything together and glue it all down rather than doing it right onto the paper. You could do it that way, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't get too much glue seeping out everywhere else. So I'm just keeping in mind the grid. And then I'll just start gluing some of these pieces behind and in front. And I really only cut one of everything. That's all I did. There's enough here. And of course you could cut more of like the pine cones or the holly leaves or berries or any of the branches and really make it full. But even just cutting one of everything out, I had plenty of stuff. In fact, I don't use all of the berries. And those stars that you see inside that little container, those came from the bell. You could use those also. All right, so this is starting to look pretty good. I'll clean up my glass mat, and then I'm going to bring in my panel, and we're going to glue down our bell onto the panel. It looks so fun. I just love how like rustic this looks. And elegant. And so I'm just trying to tap little dots of glue. I don't want it to seep all over, so I'm just making sure that I hit most of those edges. So then once we have that taken care of, we will tack that down to the front of our card panels. Oh, and it's looking so good. This is so fun. So the next thing we need to do is pull out those berries. There are a lot of berries that get die cut out with this die. I'm only going to use 3 of them, but you could spread them around, put them inside the little like foliage as well if you wanted. But I'm just going to stick to the 3. And the detail on them is really sweet too, so it embosses some little detail in there also. And now I'm going to get my card base ready. So I've got a piece of cream cardstock that measured 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I scored that at 4.25 inches. So it's a side folding A2 size card. We'll go ahead and glue this panel down to the front of our card base, and then we can start thinking about our sentiments. Once again, those sentiments are going to come from the warm holiday wishes. I'm going to heat emboss my sentiment that just says Merry Christmas on the front. And so we're going to stamp that out using some clear embossing ink, and then we'll cover that with a fine detail white embossing powder. And that's just on some black cardstock. So we'll heat set that till that is shiny and smooth, and then we can use the matching die to go along with it and run that through our die cutting machine. I did stamp a sentiment on the inside as well. I guess I didn't film that. But now we're going to go ahead and glue that down to the front of our card. And once that is on there, that's actually going to finish off the card for you today. I love how this turned out. It just looks so neat. I don't know. It's just, I love it. Anyway, I hope you do too. If you do, please hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Scrapbook Pal has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.